To go. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Mahomes now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. You think back to all the interceptions he threw last week. Here we go. First play of the game, another pick.
And you know that all week long, they spent time breaking down exactly why he threw the interceptions. Was it mechanics, bad reads, not enough study? Sometimes you just think about it way too much, and that leads you to the next one.
Time to refocus. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9. From the gun, Winston. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the pressure gets to him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Jameis to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. On is Chandler Catanzaro now for the Buccaneer field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Play fake. Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
That one goes for 24 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
He got 29 yards that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
To throw is Mahomes. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards. And again, it's Mahomes. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 1st and 10, Winston. That's Njoku over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down, Winston. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Green 39. Green 39. Check. Watch the before. Left.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Throw left side complete. It's Richards. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They give him a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. On 2nd down, Winston again. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jameis now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. A 2nd down throw for Winston. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Again, it's Winston. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Mahomes going to throw. Dancing to his left. And his throw here is incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun. Winston drops it underneath to Thomas. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is brought in at the 21. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take it.
It's caught inside the 25. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. It's caught by Mike Evans. And some space. Mike Evans, he's going to go. It's a big play, Winston to Evans, 66 yards.
Are we really in the second half here? And this is the first time we've seen Jameis Winston connect with Mike Evans?
Yeah, you know that they missed that in the first half. Up until this point, they've really missed it, haven't they?
I think that's a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now.
From the gun, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
He'll get it up the middle. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First down, Winston. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A first down throw for Winston. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Over the middle to Evans. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Jameis now going to run the option to the right. Now Leonard Fournette. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Second down, Winston. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the pickup. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Let's go. Time to play. Play, Trevor, play.
Jameis to throw it. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still in the attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And out across midfield down to the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard.
Black 58, rail. Black 58, rail.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons are an extra point away from having the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Play action now. Winston. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. To throw is Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A big play for the Bucs there on 3rd down. 44 yards.
That could not have been timed out any better, and that's exactly what receivers want. The ball in their hands as quick as possible allows them to catch it at full speed and take off and go. And how about the end result there? Big-time run after catch yardage. That rack yardage is so valuable for any offense.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, but I'm going to keep firing.
They run with Thomas, and he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They go play action. Winston. The throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Winston. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And look at that, a diving catch. A very solid gain of 27.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like he just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Mahomes to throw. On the move to his left. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Looking deep for Julio. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
One last shot now for Winston. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it.